I'm Kamala, Assistant Professor from CSC Department. Today I'm explaining about synchronization in Java. And before going to the synchronization, we'll discuss what is the synchronization, why you are using the synchronization. If we don't have synchronization, what of it? So these things we'll discuss in this class. Synchronization. Synchronization in Java is the capability to control the access of multiple threads to, to any shared resource. Okay, simply the synchronization is used whenever the multiple threads are using the shared resource. Why you are using this synchronization? Synchronization is mainly used to prevent thread interference and is also used to prevent consistency problem. So what is this thread interference and consistency problem? For example, if I have a lab with 30 systems, then I have a 60 students. The 60 students are divided into two batches, batch 1 and batch 2. Batch 1 contains 30 students and batch 2 is also contains 30 students. Okay. So for batch 1 and batch 2, I given one task and ask these people go and execute that particular task. To do that, first of all, I call the batch 1, then immediately I call the batch 2. Okay, in that situations, I have the lab with only 30 systems. So these 30 systems are occupied by uh, few of first batch students and few of second batch students, so that no batch is completing their task. Both are doing their task simultaneously. To avoid this situation, so this situation is called as a consistency problem. To avoid this consistency problem or to prevent this consistency, Java provides a concept is called as a synchronization. So using this synchronization, once batch 1 people are entered into the lab 1, so that the batch 1 people are logging that lab and they're busy with their task. Once their task is over, batch 1 people are coming out of the lab. Then the lab is free. In that situation, batch 2 people are entered into the lab. Again, they are again busy with their task. So once their task is over, they're exiting from the lab. So uh, using this synchronization concept, we can perform the task one after the other. Okay. So this synchronization, I'll explain through Java program. So this synchronization is divided into two categories called as process synchronization, thread synchronization. In our syllabus, we don't have the process synchronization. So you already know what is the process based and thread based concept. Okay, so in our syllabus, we have only the thread synchronization. So this thread synchronization is again divided into two categories is called as mutual exclusive inter-thread communication. And this mutual exclusive again divided into three categories called as synchronized method, synchronized block, static synchronization. So in my example, I am explaining only the synchronization method. Okay, so before going to the synchronization concept, first of all, I'll show one Java program without synchronization. Listen carefully. Here I have a class. In this class, I have a method is called as print table. In this print table, I'm trying to printing the numbers from 1 to 5, and each number multiplying with n and printing the value. Suppose assume n value is 5, then my first value is 5 into 1. My second value is I is incremented, then next value is 5 into 2. And again I is incremented, next value is 3, I value is 3. 3 into 5. Like that, the I value is repeated until which is equal to 5. Okay. Then during the execution of this thread, during the execution of this program, I asked the program to, or I ask the program to sleep from 400 milliseconds. So that first of all, which is going to printing first number, and again which is moving to the sleep. After some time, again it is wake up and coming back and continue with this program. So like that, which is going to executing the print table. Okay, so this is the method of print table in a class table. Okay, here I have a class is called as a class my thread one. My class name is thread one, which extends thread class. Public void run begin t dot print table. So this print table method I'm calling by using an object is called t. So what is t? Again we'll discuss in the next program. Continuation. Okay, here I have a second class my thread 2, which extends thread. Public void run begin. So t dot print table of 100. In the first thread, uh, my into my print table method I pass the value is 5. Here I pass the value is 100. Next, public class test synchronization, public static void main string args. Here I create an object to my table class. Table obj is equal new table. This obj here I created two threads, thread T1, thread 2, thread T2. So into this thread T1, I passed the object obj. Similarly, the same object I passed into T2. Remember carefully, here I have two threads, T1 and T2. So first of all, I'm calling T1 thread, T1 dot start. Immediately this particular thread is started execution. So t1 dot start means which is immediately calling the run method of t1 thread. Okay, here I have a run method of uh, here I have a run method of T1 thread. So this is the first thread. Its run method is this. So which is calling this run method. And under this run method, I have a T dot print table of 5. So which is calling print table method with parameter 5. So immediately which is jumping to this print table method. Here the n value is 5. Okay, so then coming down here for int I is equal to 1, I less than or is equal to 5, I plus plus. Okay, then system dot out dot println, and here initially your I value is 1. 1 into n values, just now you passed it through thread 1 5. 5 into 1 is 5, and again I is incremented. And but during the execution of this program, that particular thread is moving to sleep mode. Okay, so again, once it time up, then again coming back and continue with the next process again, which is moving to the sleep. So like that, which is repeated. And similarly, here I have a T2 dot start. So during the execution of this thread 1, I call that thread 2. So this thread 2 immediately coming to thread 2, then which is the calling the run method. Under the run method, I have a T dot print table. Here I pass this n value is 100. So directly which is jumping to print table method, print table method. Here n value is 100 coming down. N is equal to 1. Sorry, I is equal to 1, I less than or is equal to 5, I plus plus. System dot out dot println, and here n value is 100. 100 into 1, 100. Okay, so first thread is printed the number 5, and the second thread is printed number 100. So after printing number 100, second thread is moving to sleep mode, and first thread is continue with its job. So first thread value is what? N value is 5. Now the I is incremented, I becomes what? 2. Yes, condition is true. Coming down. Then which is going to printing 5 into 2. That is 10. And again, first thread is moving to the sleep mode. Second thread is in process. Again, I value is incremented. I is a 2. The 2 value multiplying with 100. 2 into 100, 200. So like that, both the threads are executing simultaneously. So now observe the output. Observe the output here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is my first thread values. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 is my second thread values. Actually, uh, I want output in the form of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Then 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. but I call both the threads at the same time. In that situations, uh, none of the thread is executed completely. So both the threads are simultaneously executing. So this is the drawback of uh, executing multiple threads if you don't have a synchronization. Suppose if I applied synchronization to the same program, now observe the output. Here I have a same class table, synchronized, void, print table, int n. Okay, same program I have written here. Observe same, everything is same, but only the difference is in the first two, without synchronization, here my print method just I written void print table, and coming to with the synchronization, before this void method I applied or I used a keyword is called synchronized. Means once thread one is entered into that shared resource which lock in that particular room until its execution is over. Once its execution is over, then which is exiting from that particular room, and then the second thread is entered into the room or entered into the process. Okay, so this is the advantage of synchronization. Now observe the output. Okay, so this is my first thread output. My first thread can print the values 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And second thread is going to printing 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. Okay, so this is about auto pens without synchronization and with the synchronization. If you don't have the synchronization, if you call the multiple threads, then which using the common resource simultaneously. If you have a concept is called synchronization, then once the first thread execution is over, then only second thread is entered into the process. Otherwise, which is simply waiting until first is coming. Okay, so this is about the first two type of synchronization. Now the second type of synchronization we called as inter-thread communication. Okay, so this job of this inter-thread communication means whenever you have a multiple threads and these you want to execute all these multiple threads, in that situations the multiple threads are communicating to each other, then they are executing the executing the task. So to execute this inter-thread communication provides three methods is called as a wait, notify, notifier. Suppose when you are using this wait, notify, and notify, I'll explain. Wait, notify, notify all are the methods in a thread class. Suppose if thread 1 is in the process, then thread 2 want entered into the process, then thread 1 is giving a signal to thread 2 wait. I am in the process. Wait until my task is over. Once thread 1 task is over, then which is giving signal to thread 2 by using a method is called notify. By using a method is called notify. So that thread 2 is ready to execute the process. And what is the job of this notifier? Suppose instead of one thread, if I have a multiple threads, then all the multiple threads are waiting for the process. In that cases, the first thread is over its execution, then which is sending a message to remaining threads by using a signal is called notify all, so that all the threads are wake up and they are ready to do their process. So this is about uh, what happens if you don't have synchronization to execute these multiple threads, and if you have a synchronization to execute these multiple threads.